This will be a demonstration of the Tools pull-out screen on the right side of the Second Chair Mobile app. If you pull this out by pressing the white arrow, it reveals a window shade of options: Notepad, Whiteboard, Annotate, Exhibit List, Bookmarks, and Legal Research. We'll choose a Notepad, and the first thing you have to do is type in a name for your Notepad. So you click in that space and we'll call it Test. You have an option of 1, 25, or 50 pages, and then you click Notepad. And this will create your legal pad, or if you use Whiteboard, a white piece of paper. After you create this, click Annotate, and you have annotation selections of text and freehand, among others. If you choose text, you have a slider bar to set the text size. You click on the page where you want to start the text and then just type it in. If you want to change to freehand, you just press freehand, and there you have a choice of colors and opacity and thickness, and you can just write on the page in your normal handwriting. You can click undo at the bottom of the page, and that will take each stroke individually off the page. Or you can hit clear, and that will clear all annotations on the page. If you want to save your annotations, you should press save. You can also click add at the bottom right corner, and you'll have a choice of another Notepad page or Whiteboard. Here we have a second Notepad page. As you can see, other options include highlighting and redacting. I'm going to pull up a document now out of my cases, and unfortunately I have too much in my Dropbox. So I'm going to go to Open Cases, then Test Case that I've set up, and I'll go to Getting Started, which is a Dropbox document. And there it is, and then I'll close the Cases window. And I can use my annotation tools. I can also toggle at the top of the page. You see the tabs up there. I can toggle back and forth. Here I'm going to highlight. If you prefer less opacity, another option is to hit freehand and the yellow or any of the colors, and you can adjust the opacity and the thickness of your highlighting at that point. It's a good option for highlighting as well. You can also redact. Redact is a heavy black line. If you don't want your document covered with black blotches like that, another thing you can do is again go to freehand. If you have a white background or white paper, click white, and you adjust your color or your opacity and thickness the way you want it, and you can literally erase the print. Once you do that, you can make a copy of it, you can save it or do whatever you want. Again, Second Chair Mobile at this time does not have callouts, but a workaround is to use this option with the white and just erase whatever you don't want, and whatever is left is your callout, and you can save that, print it, or whatever. Now we're going to go to the exhibit list. We're going to create one for the plaintiff. We'll call it trial. And you should be in the appropriate case for this so that it will appear in that case and not some other case or just your general Dropbox. Then if you click Add, there's your first exhibit. You can number these or have them letters, and you can set that up in settings, or you can just click on it here and change it to whatever you want. Ultimately, you press in the box and then you type in whatever you want to call the exhibit. Here I'm going to use that Dropbox document called Getting Started. And then you can click Add again and add more exhibits. I'm going to use another one called Dropbox Document. And I'll add a third exhibit, and this is called Mayo Report. It's a medical record. And you can use this with obviously medical records, contract documents, policies, whatever kind of documents you have, including photographs. So there I have an exhibit list. I can save that, I can print it, I can press reorder, close my window, and then drag the flag on the far right side and reorder the exhibits any way I want them. Again, I can change the numbers or the letters as well. I can also link to exhibits. If you press that, a link icon appears next to the exhibit. If you press that, I'll press the first one, and then that takes you to your Dropbox. And again, I'm going to have to go to Open Cases, because that's where I keep my cases. And then ultimately, when I find there's Open Cases, I click that and drill down in it to Test Case that I've set up. And this would be under an exhibit, so I press Exhibits, and there's Getting Started. I press Select, and suddenly I have a PDF of that exhibit in my exhibit list so that I can easily click on it and see exactly what the exhibit is. I'll do the same thing for Exhibit 2. Again, going to Open Cases, Test Case, Exhibits, and then iPad Introduction is what this one was. And there you see I have the PDF. For the third one, the Mayo Report, essentially the same thing. I go to Open Cases, Test Case, and this is not an exhibit, this is a medical record, so I click Medical Records. And there's the Mayo Report. I click that until I get the Select option, and then I press Select, and now I have a copy of the Mayo Report there as well. Now if I press the PDF document for the first one, there's the exhibit. So I can easily see it. You can obviously delete as well. Here I'm going to delete the Mayo Report. After you make modifications to the exhibit list, always remember to save at the end. Now you see that you also have options for objections, withdraw and admit. If I click objections, I can actually type in the basis for my objection. Here I'll type in foundation to this exhibit. And again, after you do when you're done doing this, always click save, and then you'll have a nice record of it. You can withdraw an exhibit. You can show it as admitted. If you want to withdraw your objection, you just toggle the objection again, and it will disappear. Okay, now we're going to show bookmarks, and I'm going to have to get some medical records so that I can show you that. And bookmarks, currently in this version of Second Chair Mobile, there is not the ability to make bookmarks within the app, but it does import bookmarks or outlines prepared by your assistant, which is basically an outline of the documents that makes it easy for you to navigate. Here I'm opening some medical records, and I'm going to look at the CT on this patient, and there it is. And if I would actually click on that, I would go right to the report. It's that easy to navigate. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to run into HIPAA problems. But that gives you an idea. With voluminous 1,000-page records, it's very easy to use. Now we'll go to legal research. Legal research is set in your settings initially. Here I have Google. It will take you to Google, and from there you can get to just about anywhere you want to go. I have my firm's website on here. And if you're wondering who this guy is that's talking to you in these demos, I'm Roger Clayton, the creator of Second Chair Mobile. There's my bio. And then Illinois, where I practice, has jury instructions online, so I can go straight to those, and there are my jury instructions. It's a wonderful thing. When you're done using the web browser, you just simply click done, and you're right back in the app. Here I'm going to Westlaw Next to do some research. You can also use Fastcase or Lexis Advance, whatever you set in your settings. When you get to Westlaw Next, it says, are you looking for Westlaw Next Mobile? Click that, and that will take you on. And then you can go on just like you would normally and do your research. It's a wonderful thing to be able to do your research anywhere you are. There are some additional screens. At the top of the screen, you can see that you can toggle. The blue color is the screen is the item that's showing. You can press the white box in the blue toggle, and that toggle will, or tab, will disappear. You can print at the bottom, and that will be to an AirPrint printer. You can click share, and this is neat. You can send a PDF document of anything, including your annotations, to whoever you want. Or you can present. If you're going to present, you may need an adapter for HDMI or VGA or Apple TV. Here, if you double press the home button, scroll all the way over to your left and click the button that you see there that's blue on this shot, that is AirPlay, and that will connect you wirelessly if you have Apple TV, so that you can make presentations wirelessly. We strongly recommend that you simply play with Second Chair Mobile as a good way to learn. We think it will dramatically improve your work life. Thanks.
Yeah.